Hello there, it's Tuesday, the 20th day of April. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Our grade 6 students will sit the 2026 Primary Exit Profile PEP examinations tomorrow and on Thursday, April 30. To all our students, we wish you the very best. Stay focused, get a good night's rest, and go in confidence. You've got this. A special welcome to our viewers at home and abroad and anyone joining us for the very first time. We have an informative show lined up just for you today, highlighting some of the initiatives and developments taking place right here at home in Jamaica. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues after this break.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Megu. I'm the mother of an autistic child, Adriana Francis. It is Autism Awareness Month, and what I'd like from Jamaica as a parent of an autistic child is maybe a little bit more tolerance, a little bit more understanding. When we take them on the road, if they're in an unfamiliar situation, there are times when they'll throw what would look to you as like a tantrum, but it's actually a meltdown. Because for them, they are highly sensitive, and many times sounds that we can block out, feelings that we can analyze or we can assimilate, it's hard for them. They feel like all sounds are being thrown at them, all feelings are being thrown at them. They're overwhelmed with stimuli, with sensations, and for them, a part of the response to this overstimulation is for them to hit their heads, for them to scream, for them to behave in a way that as a society we may find unacceptable. But as a mother of an autistic child, I completely understand, and we're just asking for a little bit more tolerance from you.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, April 28, 2026. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness is cautioning against the establishment of informal settlements, indicating that such developments restrict the country's future growth. Dr. Holness was speaking during the ceremony to break ground for the Galena housing development in St. Mary by the National Housing Trust.
When persons settle communities irregularly, they are not planning where the road should go. They are not planning where the sewage should go, how garbage will be collected. And oftentimes, they squat on land that is strategic because in the future, that's where the main highway should go. That's where a school should be located.
Dr. Holness argues that this, in turn, raises the cost of infrastructure for the government, as land that should have been reserved for the public good has instead been captured. Additionally, he points out that residents occupying illegally obtained lands often live in discomfort, unable to legally access basic services such as water and garbage collection.
The cost of regularizing an informal community is far more than the cost of building the community formally in the first place. The culture of informality, however, is the danger. Because entrenched in the mind of the average Jamaican is that the government isn't doing anything, I must do it for myself. And in pursuing this culture, we are limiting the future of our country.
To address the housing needs across different market segments, Dr. Holness reaffirms the government's commitment to delivering 150,000 housing solutions. The government has begun the process to identify a new governor of the Bank of Jamaica. The current governor, Richard Biles' tenure ends on August 18, 2026. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Favour Williams has announced that a search committee has been established to lead the recruitment process. She says the selection process will be conducted in keeping with principles of transparency and good governance, with the aim of identifying the most suitable candidate to lead the central bank. The incoming governor is expected to play a key role in maintaining monetary stability, modernizing Jamaica's financial system, and expanding access to digital payment solutions, particularly for underserved communities. The four-member search committee comprises economist and former Deputy Secretary of the International Monetary Fund, Calvin MacDonald, Ambassador Catherine Phipps, Professor Delroy Hunter of the University of South Florida, and financial expert Mina Israel. The committee will be responsible for shortlisting candidates, after which a recommendation will be submitted to Cabinet for final consideration. Health centers in sections of Trelawney that were impacted by Hurricane Melissa are now offering services, while others are to resume full operations in short order. Residents of Wakefield are once again accessing critical primary healthcare services at the Wakefield Health Center. Structural repairs, including roofing, were completed under Phase 1 of the restoration process. During a recent tour of facilities in the parish, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said this marked a major milestone in post-hurricane recovery efforts.
Wakefield has been restored except for some furniture to be put in. And there are patients there that are being seen. We're getting back nicely to where we were, which is important. And I want to encourage citizens who have their regular routine visits to their health centers go back, because that's where the doctor control and manage your sickness, or at least prevent it.
Over in Bounty Hall, full restoration of services at that health center is expected in May. Dr. Tufton says one of two buildings on the compound is fully restored, with furniture set to go back in.
The other one being used currently, we will then move everything over to the one that is restored, and begin to fully repair the one that was damaged, even though some temporary work had taken place on the roofing. So we're expecting that sometime in May, Bounty Hall will be fully back to normality.
Also projected for completion in May are repair works to the accident and emergency department at the Falmouth Hospital.
So Falmouth Hospital continues to be restored. I'm told that by May, sometime in May, the A&E should be redone, which means slab roofing and the adjustments internally. It could go over a little more, but that's what we're projecting.
Additional work is also being carried out on the atrium and children's ward. In the meantime, all 19 health centers in Trelawney have been assessed for long-term recovery work in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says 11 of the 19 are being used, while alternative services such as community outreach are being offered at other facilities.
All 19 have been assessed for Phase 2. You may recall that Phase 1 was to get services back up as quickly as possible. Phase 2 is to do a more in-depth assessment, and we had engaged 3 engineering firms in Kingston, and they have covered the parish of Trelawney.
Dr. Tufton informs that a report is being prepared by the engineers to determine the extent of repairs and total reconstruction of affected health centers in the parish.
And there are some of them that will have to be constructed fully new, and others substantial renovation and or expansion. All guided under the Smart Health Facility, which is to ensure that we can resist hurricane winds.
Dr. Tufton asserts that he is comfortable with the pace of the work and that he intends to give a full national update once the engineering reports from the assessments are received. 94% of Jamaicans who provide information on criminal activities to the police do so without compensation. Minister of National Security and Peace, Dr. Horace Chang, says the data indicates that citizens are playing an active role in making Jamaica safer, and that it is not solely about the financial incentives.
They are informed the police not as informers, but as responsible citizens, not for tips, but to ensure that we can continue to protect and serve our citizens. They are taking a stand for the well-being of their communities.
Through the Crime Stop program, which is a partnership between the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, members of the public can access payment for anonymous tips leading to arrests. The government has also established incentive funds to encourage reporting on organized crime and gang activity. Minister Chang says over the past decade, the number of tipsters has increased significantly, but only about 6% of persons request payment.
Every day the police give me a report, targeted raid, find firearm, because they get information from the citizens. They are winning the trust and confidence of the people.
Dr. Chang was addressing the opening of the 2026-2027 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives last week. And finally, in light of recent incidents of illegal discharge of firearms at entertainment events, assurance is being given that measures will be introduced to strengthen security and protect patrons. Minister of National Security and Peace, Dr. Horace Chang, says criminals will not be allowed to disrupt entertainment in the country.
The police will be meeting and instructing, especially in large events, the proper operation must be put in place to protect the event. We're not stopping them, but it is established once said the FLA has the armored vehicle, will come. Must be part of the cost for those big events. The police will be there to ask, because we are working jointly with the citizens and the police and the other agencies to ensure there's peace and protect our people.
As it relates to staging of smaller events which have limited budgets, the minister points out that it is not the policy of the police to stop these activities.
But they must also understand that large part of the success of the police force is sheer intelligence. And we know when they are about to damage somebody's party. So sometimes we have to stop them. We can't tell them, but it is a fact of life and you have to understand.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
The Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs wishes to advise the public that effective Tuesday, April 28 to Friday, May 8, the Attorney General's chambers will be accepting service of court documents and other correspondence at the Ministry's 1A Fairway Avenue, Kingston 6 office. The Ministry apologizes for any inconvenience this change may cause and thanks you for your understanding.
When life leaves a wound, healing takes more than time. It takes support. The government is providing that support through the Victim Services Division, which offers the assistance that you need.
The Victim Services Division provides support for all victims of crime. It does not matter the type of crime that has been committed against you, our doors are open to you.
Some of those victims are persons who've suffered sexual abuse, family members of people murdered, individuals who've experienced robbery and intimate partner violence, otherwise known as domestic abuse. They all can be grouped into one of three categories: primary, secondary, or tertiary victim. Who is a primary victim?
The person to whom the crime has been directly committed. Now, in the case where the primary victim is deceased, we will provide the service to their next of kin and their immediate family members, who in this case will be the secondary victims.
Secondary victims may not have had the act perpetrated on them, but they do experience some amount of trauma due to what their loved ones may have endured. Then there are the tertiary victims.
Victim service workers are categorized as tertiary victims. And so we think about persons like the police officers who have to interface with these situations on a day-to-day basis. There is secondary traumatization that they experience. And so it is critically important that persons not only recognize that these events can have an impact on them, be they primary, secondary, or tertiary victim, but also that they need to get assistance to be able to deal with the effects of the trauma that they have experienced.
Tertiary victims also suffer what's called vicarious trauma. This results in some form of distress caused from the horrific experiences of others.
For example, a mother who has a 9-year-old child and hears of the incident where a 9-year-old was brutally murdered. That person will feel some amount of trauma, some amount of fear even because of what has happened to that child when they think of the fact that they too have a 9-year-old child.
A department in the Ministry of Justice, the Victim Services Division is determined to help.
we have come to recognize that even in the cases where there are physical wounds, when those have healed, the wounds that are created, the psychological wounds and the social injuries that are created are far harder to heal, especially if the person has received no intervention to deal with the trauma that they have faced.
The division provides a support system for individuals, including through counseling sessions which have been extended to e-counseling, an initiative that was boosted by the COVID-19 pandemic. This is a therapeutic process that is based on trauma-informed care to help individuals cope. Another is crisis intervention. This is where experts at the division may need to accompany police officers onto a scene to help victims understand what is happening. It's known as on-the-scene response.
Additionally, we provide services in terms of home visits. So we'll visit the homes of victims and provide services to them there, school visits, and that sort of thing in terms of crisis intervention.
Another part of the treatment focuses on informing the victims of their rights.
We try to assist them through the process, get in touch with the relevant persons to get information that they may need to even understand the process of the investigation, what is happening, what will be happening, or what should happen.
Due to the unnerving experience of a trial and the added traumatization of the victims, the division also gives court support to help persons prepare for trial.
When a victim has to go to court, it can be a very frightening experience for both adults and children. So one of the ways in which we advocate, instead of having the victim being seated in the same area and being able to be seen by the perpetrator and they're seeing the perpetrator and they may feel fearful and not able to go through the process, we ask that they be seated in another area where they don't have to interface with this, or even where they don't have to interface where possible with the general public.
The Victim Services Division also provides a Children in Court program.
In terms of dealing with the children, some of the tools that we use, we may utilize a model courtroom that really depicts the courtroom setting and give them an idea as to where individuals may be seated, who they will interact with, who they can expect to interact with them, that sort of thing. In some instances, we're even able to bring the victim to the courthouse prior to the date so that they can basically see the lay of the land and get a better appreciation and understanding. So when they turn up on that day, it's not all brand new to them. And preparation for us, let me be clear, is really orientating them to the process. We do not interfere with statements. We do not interfere with whatever it is they will be going there to say. We are all about the court process, the layout of the court, and basically educating them as to what they can expect.
You do not have to suffer in silence. You do not have to be afraid.
We operate on a principle of neutrality. It does not matter who you are. It does not matter what your story is. Our doors are open to you once you have become a victim of a crime.
For more information, contact the Victim Services Division in your parish and get help today.
Sickle cell continues to affect many children across Jamaica, presenting ongoing challenges for families and caregivers. We take a closer look now at the support available to children living with the condition and the pathway to care that can help to improve their quality of life.
Children with sickle cell disease face significant challenges that impact on their learning and overall health. Sickle cell disease, SCD, is a genetic blood disorder affecting millions worldwide, with symptoms often manifesting in early childhood. And this can affect how effectively they are able to participate in and benefit from the education system. But experts say that educators who are aware can play a key role in the well-being and academic success of students living with sickle cell disease.
Sickle cell disease can affect learning from as early as 2 years of age. So when babies who are affected come to primary school, they may already have problems. You need to make sure that you're paying close attention to these babies, because teachers can make a tremendous difference in the lives of people living with sickle cell disease.
Simple accommodating acts, such as allowing students to elevate their legs or ensuring that they have access to water and bathroom breaks, can make a big difference in alleviating some of the ill effects of sickle cell disease.
They get leg ulcers. These ulcers can take months, if not years, to go away. And what does the teacher say? Come back when your ulcer is better. In other words, forget education. You won't be able to look after yourself when you're an adult. No, let them come to school. Let them elevate their legs so that the ulcer can heal, and let them learn. Children with sickle cell disease need to keep drinking a lot of water, because if they get dehydrated, they might get painful crisis. So let them drink the water in class and let them go to the bathroom when they need to.
One side effect of sickle cell disease is what's called a pain crisis. These periods of intense pain, which can last for any length of time, happen when sickle-shaped red blood cells block blood flow through tiny blood vessels to the chest, abdomen, and joints. It is advised that physical activities, such as rigorous exercise that might trigger painful crises, should be approached with sensitivity and understanding.
If they cannot manage exercise, rigorous exercise, don't force them, because exercise is one of the triggers for painful crisis. So you see how much difference you as a teacher can make?
One of the most significant challenges of persons living with sickle cell disease is that they face stigma. The community, and particularly the church and school, can help fight stigma by showing compassion and empathy. This will allow persons living with sickle cell disease to achieve their full potential.
The stigma is usually due to certain physical attributes that children with SCD generally have, but teachers can help foster understanding and provide emotional well-being in the classroom.
They may have yellow eyes. They may be very slim. Other students in the class can tease them. There can be stigma right there in the class. You as a teacher need to help other students be compassionate towards these children with sickle cell disease.
In school, these students who are teased usually feel humiliated and suffer low self-esteem from such experiences.
And this can result in, depression, loneliness, and withdrawal. So there are those persons who do not socialize, hence the need for a support group. In order to combat the challenges, there is the need for support, strong support.
You may have heard that children with sickle cell disease get a stroke. That is true, up to 12%. But there is 25% that get what we call a silent stroke. What is a silent stroke? No weakness. You talk fine, but it affects your learning. So if you find you have a child with sickle cell disease who's going along fine, and then they start to fall off, send them for psychoeducational testing so that they can get the additional help that they need. Teachers, you can make all the difference.
Be informed, supportive, and proactive. Empower every child with sickle cell disease to achieve his or her full potential. For more information, call the Sickle Cell Unit at 876-927-2471.
While we have seen a reduction in terms of the damage being done to hydrants, we still continue to see situations where persons they continue to abuse the hydrants. And so we want to encourage persons not to abuse the hydrants, to make sure that they protect them. If they're on your street, and if you're in doubt whether or not they're working, you need to contact us so we can come and do a test of that hydrant to make sure that it's properly working.
For hydrant maintenance concerns, contact the Jamaica Fire Brigade nearest you or call 876-878-4642, 876-858-0459, or 876-276-6671.
I mostly specialize in lignum variety, but as you can see, it's a mixture of the seed and the lignum variety. So I'm from the Mighty Gully Youth Project. It's found by our teacher, Mr. Lancelot Bryan. He died in England a few years back. So what he always do, he always go around and all boys who on the street, homeless boys, and take them and bring them to the shop and teach us. And he always have place, if you're coming from far, you can stay over, and he teach us every little thing, cleanliness, how to cook, and everything. So we grow up in Old Harbour, so it's very close to the Mighty Gully. So from I was a youth, I was always going over there until I get to fall in love with it. And Mr. Bryan taught us how to carve and how to do business. And so what I do is not me alone. I take things that my friends made too. So I got work from my friends, Marlon Francisco and J. Van Johnson. We do the bus and we do tassa, we do abstract pieces, and we also do self-portrait. It's like a dream come true for me because I always want to own a shop to try to do business different, because every time I do business and I go out there, I never feel satisfied with the business because I feel like I'm being underpaid. Now I'm at the Artisan village. I feel much better and I like the environment. It's clean and nice.
And that's a wrap for today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating today. And to those marking a special anniversary, we wish you all the very best. If you're visiting Jamaica for the very first time, welcome. And to those returning, welcome back home. In the meantime, visit our website at jis.gov.jm for more news you can use. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.